25 college football playoff games this weekend. This Saturday, we actually had number 5 Oklahoma at Iowa State. I feel like number 5 Oklahoma take this win because they're a really great team. They're fast, physical. And I could tell by the way they played UCLA last weekend that they played really great. And their defense is really good. And Kyler Murray's going to put on the show. He's going to make really good plays for the Oklahoma Sooners. So I feel like Oklahoma's going to take this win. Boomer Sooner.
Kent State at 11th, Penn State. I'm giving this win to Penn State, even though they lost Saquon Barkley due to the draft to the Giants. They still have a solid running game, and they almost lost to Pitt last weekend. They can still come back and win.
We had number 18 UCF at UNC. Number 18 UCF is gonna take this one easily because they're starting off fast, physical football, and they're well coached, well disciplined. The way they do things is it's really crazy when you see it in the highlight reels because it's like you never expect a non-conference team to perform like that. So I feel like UCF is gonna take this win easily.
21st ranked Miami of Florida at Toledo. I'm giving this win to Miami because they may have lost their first game of the season, but there's always hope. U of M for life.
Then we have Eastern Carolina at
Virginia
Tech, number 13 Virginia Tech. Sorry guys. Number 13 Virginia Tech gonna take this win easily because they've been playing really fast with the football also, and they start off really fast, really great. Their coaches know how to discipline those players when they need to, especially for big games like this one. So I feel like Virginia Tech will take this win easily, and they will make a playoff push. I feel like.
UC Davis at 9th ranked Stanford. I'm giving Stanford this win with ease because they may have lost Christian McCaffrey a couple years ago, but they're still a really good passing team, and they can still prove that they can compete. Like last year in the Rose Bowl, they came close to being TCU, but they didn't.
Then we have Vanderbilt at number 8 Notre Dame. I feel like number 8 Notre Dame is going to take this one because Vanderbilt is just not built defensively. And, Notre Dame's a really great team. The way they've been playing for the past couple of games, it's crazy how they play. And I feel like their offense is more physical than UCF's offense. But I feel like UCF will put up a fight. I'm not saying they're going to shut them out. But number 8 Notre Dame will take this win.
I disagree with you there, Cameron. I give Vanderbilt the win because Vanderbilt can prove something. There's always upsets, so
True.
You never know what's going to happen. Georgia Southern at the 2nd ranked Clemson Tigers. I'm giving this one to Clemson because Dabo Swinney is still a really good coach, and he can prove that he can still win with the best of them.
Then we have BYU at number 6 Wisconsin. I feel like Wisconsin can take this win easily because Wisconsin, they're starting out really fast also. They played UNM, New Mexico, actually last weekend, and they played outstanding. They may gave up 2 touchdowns or so, but they still played outstanding. They came back and they whooped some butt, so I feel like they'll take this win.
12th ranked LSU at 7th ranked Auburn. I'm giving this win to LSU because Auburn lost a couple players to the draft, but LSU are still built to win, and they can still prove themselves this year.
Then we have number 14 WVU at North Carolina State. I feel like WVU will take this win West Virginia because they're a really great team, and they might make a playoff push this year. They struggle sometimes on defense. I can tell because I watch their games. They kind of struggle, but I feel like they'll get it together later in the season because it's still the beginning of the season. No team is going to come out hot and on fire. They're still going to have to get used to the game plan, get used to the schemes, and get used to the fire that they have. So I feel like they will take this win.
And also, North Carolina State did lose one of their best defensive players in the draft.
Yeah, so they did lose a defensive player in the draft. So I feel like West Virginia will take this win easily.
17th ranked Boise State at 24th ranked Oklahoma State. I'm giving this win to Boise State partially because I don't like Oklahoma State because they're my team's conference, but I'm giving this win to Boise State because they're built to win.
And then we have SMU at Michigan. I feel like number 19 Michigan actually. Like number 19 Michigan take this win because Michigan, they're a really good team. They do struggle sometimes, on getting points on the board. In their offense, they struggle a lot, but they like I said, it's the beginning of the year, so we're all gonna struggle early, but they're gonna get together later in the season. And Jim Harbaugh, he's a hard coach to play with, so he's gonna discipline those players and tell them to go out there and whoop some butt.
San Jose State at the 20th ranked Oregon Ducks. I'm giving this win to Oregon because every team that was in the top 25 polls this year will be in the top 25. Will try their hardest to stay in the top 25. And Oregon can still win and go into the playoffs even without Marcus Mariota and Coach Chip Kelly.
And we have number one Alabama at Ole Miss. I feel like number one Alabama can take this win easily because Alabama, they're more physical than Ole Miss. Ole Miss started off kind of, shaky this year. But like I said, it's still early in the year, so we'll never know until the day comes. So it's kind of hard making this prediction because Ole Miss, they're a good team too, and Alabama's a very great team. But I feel like Alabama will take this win easily because, it's Alabama. Great coaches, disciplined players. And the way Tua Tagovailoa has been playing, he's been playing outstanding. And it's like, it's crazy. You look at his performance, it's like you look at it like in a shocked way because it's like, wow, you never expect a sophomore to come in and do the things he do. And he came in the championship last year and he dominated.
Middle Tennessee at third in Georgia. I'm giving this one to Georgia because they're just built to win. They're a dynasty. I think they're the only team that couldn't compete with Alabama this year.
Yeah, and Georgia, they started really great too. They may struggle last year in South Carolina, but Georgia, they're gonna pull this one off. I feel like
they almost upset Alabama last year.
Yeah, and they played Alabama really well in the championship. So yeah, Georgia, they're the team.
They can hang in there.
I feel like they can hang in there. Oh, and then we have Louisiana Lafayette and Mississippi State. I feel like Mississippi State would take this win easily because Mississippi State, they're fast, physical. They lost Dan Mullen actually to Florida. If many of you Mississippi State fans didn't know, they actually lost Dan Mullen. But I feel like they're still going to make a playoff push, and they're at number 16. So, yeah, they'll take this win easily. And Nick Fitzgerald, he's really great. He struggles sometimes early, but he always seems to get it together in the second half.
22nd ranked USC at Texas. I'm giving this one to USC because they may have lost Sam Darnold to the draft, but they still have a really good team, and they're still really built to win.
And you have USC, I feel like they will make a playoff push this year because, they've been playing outstanding also. Then we have Ohio State at number 15, TCU. I feel like number 4, Ohio State will take this win. Not by a lot, but I feel like they'll take this win by at least about 3 points. It may come down to a fourth quarter game, who knows? Because, TCU is a really great team. Ohio State's a really great team. They're both coached really well. And I feel like TCU, they may lose this game, but I feel like they still can make this playoff push. I feel like they still can go at it. But it's going to be hard because the top 5 this year look really great this year. So who knows, we still early in the season, so we'll see when it gets later in the season.
I'm giving TCU this win because Sean Robinson, TCU quarterback, has scored 10 touchdowns already this season. He scored 5 total against Southern, and then he scored another 5 last week against SMU. So.
And TCU, they're a really great team also. So, I don't know. It's going to be a defensive battle early, and I feel like they're going to find some offense in the second.
And I'm giving TCU win 24-21.
Yeah, 24-21. I feel like Ohio State may take this one, but I'm not sure. We'll see. The only time will tell.
Either team, no matter what, either team won't drop that much.
Yeah, because even if TCU loses this one, I don't think they're going to drop too much.
Because it's a ranked opponent.
Yeah, it's a ranked opponent, so I don't feel like they're going to, get out of the top 25. I feel like they're still going to be in there.
Top 20.
And they're still going to, keep going at the championship. So
if TCU wins, they're going to jump up a lot.
Yeah.
Because depending on how every other team above them does, no matter what, TCU is going to jump because they beat Ohio State.
Right. So we'll see this Saturday, guys. We'll see.
10th ranked Washington at Utah. I'm giving this win to Washington because they may have lost to Auburn week 1, but they really bounced back last week, and they can still prove themselves and make a playoff push.
And Washington, they have a really great team. Like, man, I'm an Auburn fan, so I witnessed this game. It was a hard-fought game. It gave me so much stress. It was really hard, but Washington, they're a really great team, and they're well coached. So I feel like it's going to be a strong fight.
Yeah.
Then we have number 23, Arizona State at San Diego State University. I feel like number 23, Arizona State is going to take this one because they're top 25. Like I said, every top 25 team is going to compete this year.
Yeah.
Especially if you're ranked this year, they're going to compete every time. And Arizona State, I can tell by the way they've been playing so far. They've been playing really actually pretty good. I feel like they should at least be in the conference, but, not every team can be accepted in the conference. But I feel like Arizona State, I feel like they will take this one easily.
Yeah, I agree with you there.
Yeah.